Hello composers, Mike here. Let me show you how you can use the groove track in Logic Pro X to add some human vibe and character to your perfectly quantized MIDI tracks. Let's check it out right now. I will also give you a bonus tip in the end of this video. Now, the groove track in Logic Pro X is a really cool feature where you assign one track to set the groove on other tracks. So let's say you want to use the bass as the groove for the drums here. The first thing you need to do is to right-click here in the track header upper area, configure track header, and bring up the groove track function like so, which makes this little icon appear to the left if you hover your mouse to the left side of the track icon. So I want to use the bass for the groove track, and why do I want that? Well, it's because this is not perfectly quantized. Because the point of having a groove track is to add some human feel to the performances, which means you need to have a track that is not perfectly quantized to begin with. Now let's say you want to apply this groove to the drum track here. Well, in this case they are not quantized yet, but in fact let's quantize these to the 16th note so they are perfectly quantized without any human feeling to them. So that's robotic and stiff. Now I want to apply the groove from this track to this one. It's a simple matter of just selecting this here in this checkbox here. So let's do this when I am in the piano roll editor. If I check this box now, look what happens to the timing of these notes. They are no longer perfectly aligned to the grid. That is because they use this groove track as their base for their timing and groove. So now you can apply this groove from the notes in here to another track as well. Let's say your chords are also perfectly quantized like this. Well, simply select this checkbox here and look what happens. Those are no longer perfectly aligned to the grid. They get their timing and groove from the master groove track you have selected. So now it will sound more human like this. And let's say, as in this case, the timing were a bit too offbeat, well, you might want to make some changes to the groove track. So perhaps dragging some notes to the left and right to adjust their timing, and then you want to reapply the groove. Well, I have found that the best way to do this is to actually deselect this and then select it again, like clicking the star and clicking it again, because then those changes are carried over to the track that are following the groove track, meaning the tracks you have checked with this checkbox here. Now here's my bonus tip for you, and that is if you are using the drummer track in Logic, which can be amazing, but sometimes it misses the accents, which are really the most important notes to play. So I have found myself using another track as the master track to add those accents, and then have the drummer track follow the groove track to make sure it really hits those accents. So let's say you play your accents. Well, let's say you played your accents on this track. Now I can carry that groove and timing over to this track. If I press this, you see the actual drummer track was changed how it played compared to. Actually, you can even hear the offbeat timing here if I apply the groove. Right there, it was a bit too offbeat. So that is how it works. So if you make sure you actually add those accents in another drum track perhaps, or perhaps a staccato string patch or something, those accents can be carried over to the drummer track. And then you can actually use the drummer track only as a MIDI source by holding Alt and left clicking and dragging this to another track, not really using the actual drum sounds from the drummer, but the MIDI performance it creates. Please like, share and comment on this video to support my channel, and I will see you in the next video, my friends. Check out my complete video series on Logic Pro X tutorials and tips here on my channel. Learn and master Logic Pro X to boost your music composition and production workflow.